Welcome to The Mystics Achieves. Imagine for a moment that you are a being immersed in a vast field of energy, constantly exchanging with the universe around you. Every word you say, every thought you cultivate, has the power to shape that energy. Now, think about the times you found yourself complaining, whether about the day's difficulties, life's frustrations, or even things beyond your control. But what happens when you complain? What stirs within you and around you? In this video, we'll discover how a simple habit can profoundly affect your energy field, and consequently, your physical, mental, and spiritual well-being. Get ready to explore the invisible effects of complaining and learn how to shift into a higher, more harmonious state of energy. The nature of complaining is such a common human behavior that we often no longer recognize it as a negative pattern. Instead, we see it as a natural form of expression. We've all found ourselves at some point complaining about the weather, people, politics, or even small daily frustrations. But what is really happening when we do this? What is complaining at its essence, and why does it hold such a powerful influence over us? Complaining arises from displeasure, from discomfort with what is, with what appears before us. When we complain, we are, in a way, resisting the present moment. We're saying, this shouldn't be happening. This isn't right, this harms me. And here lies the first crucial point. By complaining, you place yourself in opposition to the natural flow of life, to what is happening now. Resistance to reality creates an energetic friction, and this friction reverberates through your auric field. The Greek philosopher Heraclitus taught us millennia ago that the only constant is change. The universe is in constant flow, and life is perpetual movement. Each moment unfolds, and we cannot fight against what presents itself. Yet complaining arises from this resistance. It reflects a mind that does not accept the present as it is, a mind that wishes to control the uncontrollable. The psychological and physical impact of complaining. The human mind and body are intertwined in a delicate web of energy and influence. Every thought, every emotion, every word we express reverberates through our bodies like ripples on a lake, affecting both our mental and physical health. Complaining, though it may seem like harmless venting, carries a dense energy, a vibration that slowly poisons the mind and body. When we complain, our minds become flooded with repetitive thoughts of dissatisfaction and negativity. Over time, this pattern shapes how we view the world. Neurologically, our brains adapt, forming neural networks that reinforce this state of criticism and complaint. Behavioral neuroscience expert Dr. Rick Hanson explains, the human brain has a negativity bias. It tends to retain unpleasant experiences to protect us from future risks. But by reinforcing the habit of complaining, we amplify this bias, creating a distorted perception of reality where negativity appears to dominate. By perpetuating this mindset, we trigger a cascade of chemical reactions in the body. Complaining activates the stress system. The amygdala, the brain region responsible for processing emotions, sends an alert signal, releasing cortisol, the stress hormone. While cortisol is essential in emergencies, its constant release, driven by chronic complaining, weakens the immune system, causes inflammation, and raises the risk of disease. Studies show that high cortisol levels weaken the immune system, cause heart problems, hinder digestion, increase fatigue. Those who complain constantly carry a psychological burden that manifests physically as muscle tension, chronic pain, and exhaustion. Every complaint is, in essence, an energetic and physical drain. In the mind, the habit of complaining becomes a vicious cycle of anxiety and sadness. Frequent complainers tend to feel more dissatisfied and unmotivated because their worldview becomes clouded and limited. Positive psychology shows that focusing on complaints hinders our ability to see solutions and opportunities. It's as if complaining puts gray lenses over our eyes, restricting our perception and making us prisoners of an impoverished reality. When we cultivate complaints, we feed the energies of fear, resistance, and separation. How the habit of complaining affects the energy field. Hermetic tradition teaches us that all is mind. Reality is shaped by our perception, our thoughts, emotions, and words. When you express a complaint, you emit a specific mental and emotional frequency, a vibrational wave that affects the energy field around you. This frequency, born from displeasure and dissatisfaction, doesn't just remain within the space between your words, it projects outward. As the great teacher Neville Goddard said, in feeling is the secret. The feeling of lack is the real source of all limitation. When we complain, we are drawn to more of what we complain about. The energy field responds vibrationally, amplifying what we emit. Thus, complaining is not merely a verbal expression, it is an internal manifestation of resistance, a reflection of what the mind deems wrong. In this process, the energy of dissatisfaction spreads, contaminating a person's energy field. Rather than flowing freely, this energy becomes stagnant, dense, and disorganized. In energetic terms, we create a blockage, an obstruction in the flow of light. Unlike a harmonious energy field, where energies flow freely, the energy field of a habitual complainer is like a dam, where energy is held back, creating tension and discomfort. This is the cost of trying to control the uncontrollable. But what many don't realize is that in doing so, we're not only affecting our own energy field, we're also impacting the energy around us. Complaining is contagious, reverberating into the environment and onto the people we interact with, creating a web of collective dissatisfaction. In spiritual traditions like Buddhism and Taoism, acceptance of the present moment is viewed as the key to inner peace. Taoism especially teaches us that acting in accordance with the natural flow is essential for harmony. When we complain, we're telling the universe that it is wrong, and this conflict generates suffering. In esoteric thought, it's believed that stagnant energy, created by complaints, attracts low-vibration entities. Complaints carry dense feelings, frustration, anger, discontent, which resonate at frequencies similar to these entities. Thus, complaining creates gaps in our energetic protection, opening doors for draining vibrations. Complaining also interferes with our chakras. Energy centers, throat chakra, expression, becomes blocked. Solar plexus chakra, personal power, weakens. The more we complain, the more these blockages disrupt our energy flow, distancing us from our essence. Transforming complaints into gratitude. When we understand that complaining attracts more reasons to complain, we can consciously shift our focus and vibration. Transforming the habit of complaining into gratitude changes the frequency we emit. Gratitude, by its nature, is an expansive energy, one of openness and acceptance that resonates with abundance and harmony. As Eckhart Tolle reminds us in The Power of Now, acceptance of the present moment is the key to the end of suffering. When you stop resisting and complaining, when you accept the now as it is, you align with the universal flow, allowing a new reality to manifest. Acceptance dissolves the field of resistance, and life begins to flow with greater ease and synchronicity. By transforming complaint into gratitude, your energy field recalibrates, vibrating at a higher frequency. This not only attracts more positive experiences but also strengthens your protective field, blocking low-frequency energies. Practical exercises to break free from complaining. Try these exercises. The 3 breaths technique. When you feel the urge to complain, pause. Take 3 deep breaths, release tension. Focus on the present moment. Silently express gratitude. I am thankful to learn from this experience. Gratitude journal each night. Write 3 things you're grateful for. Trains the mind to seek the positive. Gratitude visualization. Visualize moments/people you're grateful for. Feel the energy radiate as light around you. Conclusion. Complaining is a vibrational choice. Every word plants a seed in the universal field. Sow complaints harvest dissatisfaction. Sow gratitude harvest abundance. As Buddha said, the mind is relentless. What you think, you create. What you feel, you attract. What you believe becomes reality. May the words you speak today be a source of light, peace, and transformation. Thank you for watching.